Barbie! Don't you leave the dream house. Boys, avenge me! Avenge me! Avengers!
Bazinga.
Scruffy-looking nerve herders.
Ethan Hunt contacted.
I am good, Rooster. I'm very good.
So you are Yoi's a trainer who trains.
Contra the Great will ride this baby again.
Hello, and welcome to episode 98 of the Real Serious Podcast. And we're talking Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 1. And this is the second time we had to record the intro because I did not record the first time. But that's okay. We're rusty.
You're noticing.
We're rusty. We're rusty. Yeah, shout out Jack. We would have recorded the whole thing, and that would have been bad.
Done before.
But all you missed really was 25 minutes of Colts takes that will refine. Now that Charles has got it all out, he can refine it into a boiled down version, which is what, Charles? How do you feel about the Colts?
I'm bummed. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Jack and I are both bummed.
It's fair. Fair to be bummed.
But when I'm going to tell you what I watched this week, I'm going to turn that frown upside down, man. I mean, you are going to be so pumped when I tell you what I watched this week.
Heck yeah.
I'm just going to come out and say it, all right? I'm just going to tell you. All right. Started off the week, watch Clueless. Is that okay if I hop right into it? Is that okay?
You do what you want to do.
All right. All right.
Do you.
So,
Look at him.
I saw Wicked for Good again. And you know what? I liked it. I left the movie and I'm like, you know what? I think it's again like the first one where I saw the first one and came out of the movie. I'm like, there's definitely some small problems that I would have with the movie. But the more I watch it, the more I like it. And I think the same applies for this one. Not to say that it is as good of a movie as the first one. But, okay, so saw that. Then I watched Clueless. It's like, I can see how it has like the inspiration for like Mean Girls. And I can see a lot of like the mannerisms that are like taken from that movie and put in like almost every early 2000s movie that has, you know, these like popular girls running around spreading drama. Then got to see The Breakfast Club in theaters. It was awesome.
What?
I'm still dissecting it. I haven't seen that movie in like 4 years.
Awesome.
I think it's I read your review on Letterboxd. Hunter loved it.
I think it's up there top 15.
I think it's great. And I think it's so hard, like, especially now that like I've started work, it's just like you summed it up perfectly how you were saying, you know, like this idea of like, or this feeling of youth and how like you watch this movie and you just, all these feelings and emotions you had when you were a kid, they kind of like resummon through these characters. So really loved watching that.
Yeah, it's a fascinating movie to watch over time. Like I don't know when you first saw this, but like I first saw this when I was like 13. So all these characters are older than you, and it's like you relate to them so differently because it's the relationship you have with like who you want to become. And then you watch it when you are their age and you're like 16 and you're like, I know these people are my friends, these people are the people I walk by like in the hallway. And now you watch this point in life and it's just like you've passed where you were and like where they were in this moment. And it's so interesting to look back and like understand it on like a new level. And then I think it'll hit differently in, 20 years from now too. And it's like, now you're more of like the age of like the principal and like you understand now how time passes and like those people turn into the people that they end up becoming. Like, it's just very interesting.
No, I love it.
Very timeless.
Dare I say one of the most, if not like one of the most iconic like final shots of all time.
Oh, easily.
Like everyone knows that final shot. Perfect. Just then I got home and Caitlin and I are like, all right, well, this is perfect. Like we have another little like slot of time. We could watch another movie. And I'm like, you know what? Let's watch this this movie that no one knows called Singing in the Rain.
Oh, yes.
Let me tell you, fellas. Everyone in this movie is moving.
Oh yeah.
And it just looks so perfect.
Oh yeah.
It makes me question, like, how do they make them look like they're moving? Like, are they just like, is the choreography here? I mean, I'm just like, in a trance almost when I'm watching them like move across the screen. Not to
They don't make
mention
they don't make actors like this anymore.
I don't. Well, we were talking during the movie, like you have someone that can move like this, sing like this, act like this. Like that is
Make 'em
just
laugh.
absurd. Make them laugh. Like the physical humor in that like song alone. I'm like, I feel like not that we've lost like that whole. I don't even know if it's like you call it a genre, but like very like physical humor. I feel like we've kind of lost it, and it was kind of this like old art.
And it's so funny because I feel like the clip that always resurfaces every 6 months is like the Tom Holland on that singing show where he
Mhm.
does Umbrella.
Lip syncing.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like everyone's like, "Wow!" Like, look at him dance. It's like that's what actors used to be. Is like they would just like sing and dance and then also act. And like and even like a movie like Babylon, where it's like back in that era, and it's so appreciative of that time. Even that doesn't do what this does, and doesn't like even really explore that in a way, which I think is so fascinating.
And there was like I don't know. I mean, I would love to in the future we have a weekend where we have nothing on the schedule. Just throw Singing in the Rain on there, and we can just dissect this like song for song, scene for scene, like set piece for set piece. I would love to just. I mean, I watched it once, and it was completely different than everything I expected it to be.
It's so
not
good.
that I had like weird or like unusual expectations for it. Like Don Lockwood.
Mhm. Dignity.
I mean,
Always
what a
dignity.
guy. What a guy. And I feel like it's so hard to watch a movie that had so much influence on like so many movies that you love and hate it.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yes.
not to say that I expected to hate this movie, but it's like the dancing sequences. You can see it in almost like any musical that's ever, been made since. I mean, even like La La Land. You look at this in La La Land, and it's just like just down to like the choreography. Just seeing the similarities is so fun.
Yeah.
Not to mention that this is like one of the best looking movies ever. So
easily.
Yeah, but I was happy to report that I watched that, and it will be joining the Real Serious collection. So
love it. Love to hear that.
And then I watched St. Elmo's Fire, which it was fun.
That's a good one too. I like that one a whole lot.
Yeah. Then I watched Stranger Things, and that's about it.
Nice, man. Charles, would you like to go next?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go next? I'm happy to go next. Listen,
Let it
I'm
rip,
happy
brother.
to go next.
Let it rip.
So I was trying to check off some 2025ers that I haven't seen. So I finally got to see Oh Hi, which is the Molly Gordon, Logan Lerman movie from earlier this year. I quite liked it. I really like Molly Gordon. I think that she's really good in kind of everything she's in. I just don't think she's in like a whole lot, which is unfortunate, but I also think like what she picks is really good. Like I really like Theater Camp from a couple of years ago. I thought that was really good. And then like Shiva Baby, we've talked about before, and Booksmart. I gave this 3 stars. I think the concept is awesome. It just kind of like falls apart at the end a little bit. So I think the concept kind of runs out of steam, unfortunately. Then I watched Train Dreams, which is a new Netflix movie. Gave that 4.5 stars. I really found it fascinating. Also, because I think I took away something very different than Charles took away from it. Just from us texting back and forth of like, I thought it was very beautiful and like it made me want to like live in like this more like calmer frontier-esque land where, I mean, I don't know, Charles, you could touch on it more when you kind of talk about it, but like I feel like you took something very different away, which I thought was very interesting and just a really well-made movie, beautiful to look at. And then I watched Enemy from 2013, a little Denis Villeneuve that I haven't seen before, with Jake G, our sweet boy, Jake Gyllenhaal. This one's so funny. I don't know if you guys have seen this, so I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just very funny because like the concept is basically like Jake Gyllenhaal's a professor who finds an actor who looks just like him, and he's like, "This is crazy! Like you look just like me." And it's so funny because everyone around them is like so perplexed that like this guy looks just like they look just like each other, and it's like a very funny conceit where it's like, do they not have twins in this world? Because they're so freaked out by it. I think it's very funny, but like it's a very well made movie. I just think it's a little too far out there for me, so I give it 3 stars. I still liked it. I still would recommend it. Then I watched Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out, which we'll talk about in a couple weeks or about a week and a half. So I'll save my thoughts. And then I watched back-to-back movies by Wolfgang Peterson, which I was on accident, not on purpose. I wasn't Wolfganging on the last couple of days. It was just an accident that was just back-to-back by him. I watched Troy from 2004. If you ever want to be like, I probably should be on a diet, watch Troy. Everyone's in such good shape. You're just like, God, I'm so fat. So definitely one of a good one. Orlando Bloom, Eric Bana, Brad Pitt. It's good. The set pieces are awesome. I just think the script is a little weak, which hurts it a little bit. But it is getting me in like a nice little ready for next summer, because Sean Bean in this plays Odysseus, which is very funny. And so it's getting me in that like little Odyssey mood, which I'm into. And then, inspired by Stranger Things, I watched The Never-Ending Story, which randomly also was directed by Wolfgang Peterson. And I liked it. I think if you watch this when you're 8, it'd be like the coolest thing you've ever seen. And you're like, it almost feels like you're like I don't know, like sneaking like a more adult film, because it's just got like much deeper themes, and it's not like a kid's movie, but like it's very accessible to children, and it's obviously a kid's movie in reality. But it takes the story really seriously, and I like that a lot. I give it 3 stars. The practical effects here are just awesome. And it's continuing my weirdly every single week watching one dark fantasy movie trend I have going, which I got to figure out the next one for next week to keep it up, because the vibes are just immaculate. And then I watched Stranger Things. So yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. I had a busy week. I was texting you guys. I had a 4 movie day this week, which is always awesome. Actually, I'll tell you the story. So I was making beef jerky, and my oven doesn't go low enough. Basically, you have to cut like the strips really small and then marinate them, and then you put them in the oven at 170, or a dehydrator, which I don't have, because who has a dehydrator? And so I was going to put them in, but my oven only goes down to 250. So I asked Jenna, like, hey, can I use your oven to cook my beef jerky? She's like, yeah, I've got school, but feel free. So I went over and I just kind of like parked myself in Jenna's apartment cooking beef jerky for like 4 hours. And I watched movies.
Dude, unemployed Charles rocks. This poor guy in about 3 weeks is going to be like, I watched nothing.
Well, this is the last week that you guys are going to have a long list, so enjoy it. But I rewatched Miracle. Is this the greatest sports movie of all time? I think so.
It might be.
I think it is. I think if I keep rewatching this, it's going to be a 5-star. I give it 4.5. For me, like the only thing lacking from a 5-star is it doesn't feel right to give it 5 stars, but it gets me so fired up every time I watch it. And I do think it's the greatest sports movie of all time. Then I watched Nightcrawler. It kind of became a Jake day. The 4 movie day kind of. Oh no, that was the day before. The day before I had a Jake day, and it was a 2 movie day. I watched Nightcrawler and Donnie Darko. Nightcrawler I gave 4.5. You guys have both seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so like Gyllenhaal's performance is interesting, because on the one hand it's so unnerving, but on the other hand, his delivery is so soothing. That's like, I don't really know how I want to feel. I didn't really like have a definitive opinion until later on in the film, because his actions were speaking louder than his words at that point. But I thought he played this role so well, and it's such an interesting film. So I gave it 4.5. Donnie Darko, on the other hand, I didn't really understand this. Hand up, didn't get it. I had to look it up. And after looking it up, it made sense to me, probably more than others online. I think maybe because I just like, maybe I don't even know. But I thought the bunny's voice was like the coolest part about this film, because they wouldn't show the bunny sometimes. it would just be the voice, and then it would just be like a shot of just the bunny in the middle of the frame. It's like, whoa. But it was interesting. I feel like if I watched it again, I'd probably give it like a 4. That's probably the ceiling for me, though. I gave it 3.5. And then the 4-film day commenced. I kicked it off with Argo, which I think I had talked about wanting to watch, because it's the one that Ben Affleck won Best Director, right, over Tarantino.
Yeah, arguably one of the worst. It's up there in my top 2 worst Oscar misses. I think it's that and Mark Rylance over Sylvester Stallone for Creed. That one is horrible. But
I was a little surprised that this got Best Picture.
It's such an Oscars movie, though. Like, it's a movie about making movies that's like historical, like a big cast. Like, it's such an Oscars movie.
Yeah, I suppose. I gave it 4. I enjoyed it. I almost kind of think it slowed down a lot in the second act, and then it wasn't until the third act that I really got into it and it really got picked up. Granted, like, if it's a historical movie, how much can they do in the second act to keep you captivated? That was kind of like my main harp. I gave it 4. Then I watched Sound of Metal. This is a Criterion collection, which I found out after watching it. My comment, and I texted you guys, is you get this movie, which is super unique, super interesting. You guys know have you seen it?
Is this the Riz Ahmed one where he loses his hearing?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen like half of this one time on a plane, and then the plane landed.
Okay. Well, it's really good. It's a very interesting concept to me, and I don't know any deaf people or like have any experience with it, but I have to imagine they like did a good job, almost kind of like pulling you into that community, because the whole, like, I would say 2/3 of this film is about him in like rehabilitation, like half rehab, but also half getting welcome to a deaf community. And that was kind of my favorite part of this film. I also think, what's his name, Hunter?
Riz Ahmed.
I think he plays this role so well. Besides like the actual deaf kind of portrayal, I think that he was my favorite part of this film. I gave that 4. Then I watched a couple 2025s. I watched Train Dreams, and my take on it was actually the opposite of Hunter's. This made me never want to move to the woods. I give it 4.5. Like I said, I think my favorite part, though, is the way it portrays like grief and that emotion. I'm not gonna like get into the details, but I think the force would be very tough to experience grief because it's very isolated, and obviously everyone deals with it differently. But I think the way that this individual deals with kind of like difficult situations like that didn't really convince me to go to the woods and isolate myself, but I echo everything Hunter said. It's like beautiful to look at. It's a beautiful film. It's very well told. And there's like a lot of very like raw emotion. And the narrator has a very active role in this, which I think plays very well. And then I watched.
Charles, would you agree? I mean, my review is basically like, I think that the whole thing is him finding, like, he's trying to find a purpose, right? Would you agree? And like, to me, like, I felt like that trying to find a purpose in and of itself is a purpose. And I feel like that was kind of like the end of it, where he kind of has this like catharsis moment where he realizes that. Do you feel differently? Maybe that's what I took away from it, at least. I think it's a beautiful film. Like, Jack, if you haven't seen it, it's in my top 5 of the year.
I know. One of my buddies saw this and literally like said it was amazing. Like, I have to see it. I've after you guys like echoed what he said, I'm like, all right, like, this is a can't miss movie. Unfortunately, I will not get to it until like a week and a half, just because of work, exams, all that stuff. But I don't know if you guys know this, but do you guys know the director, Clint Bentley?
Not personally.
Okay. Well, he he was the co-writer for Sing Sing.
Oh, no way.
So I don't know if like that makes sense for you all, but like all the reviews I'm seeing from this movie,
they're
very much
yes
in line with kind of like you're saying, Charlie, that raw emotion that I feel like you get from Sing Sing. It sounds like it kind of translates or is used in a different way in this movie.
In Sing Sing, you know, when they do like the shots of somebody and then there's like talking over it, but the person is kind of just like existing in the moment. That there's a lot of that in this, which I did. Now that you say it, I'm like getting some Sing Sing vibes from this, and that I guess that kind of makes sense. Just very similar stylistically, and also I guess in a way like the wilderness is kind of like his version of a prison, which is interesting. Man, we're squaring a lot of circles right now. Loving it. Go ahead, go on, Charles. Apologies.
I'm sort of almost done. I got 4 more. Then I watched Sorry Baby. This is my number 2 of the year, behind Train Dreams. I gave this 4.5. I know you guys haven't seen it, but basically the premise is something bad happens to the main character, and the story is told like starts off after like a couple years after, and then it jumps around to different time periods to show like different points in her life and how it was impacted, like when it happens, and then all the aftermath. The dialogue is so good in this. The humor, it's like a very serious subject. You guys might have an idea. I had an idea of what the bad thing was. But the comedy coupled with like the very serious matter, it's so well done. And I feel like that's not an easy thing to do. Like talk about a really serious subject matter and also couple it with humor to kind of like ease the audience a little bit and make the main character even more likable. It's really, really good. Then I watched Sing Sing. I'm bummed that it took me this long to watch it, but I did give it 5 stars. It could be a real serious collection movie if someone else gave it 5 stars. And we know Jack adores this movie, so I wonder who that other person could be.
Sounds like I'm just itching for a reason to rewatch it.
But like Jack, I do think that a lot of like Sing Sing is pretty similar to Train Dreams. I think the reason I gave it 5 though is it made me feel like a little bit more. But I loved that they included the original. I didn't know it's a true story. But I love that they included like the original inmates in the film.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I feel like it's something that just like sneaks up on you. You're like casually watching it, and then it gets to the end of the movie, and you're just like,
"Yeah,
holy!"
No, but there's so much heart, and like I think it was Divine Eye, not Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, that is Divine Eye.
His character development,
Clarence Macklin.
Yeah, his character development is so good. So I gave that 5. Rewatched Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix, 4 stars. Then I watched Love Actually, or rewatched it with Jenna.
Great Christmas movie.
Spoiler alert, we're going to be getting a lot more Christmas films crossed off in the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm about to enter.
I ranked the couples though. I don't know if you guys read my comments.
Lay it on us. I gotta pull this.
So first, and I also forgot one of the couples, but I'm just gonna put them at 8B because they're kind of like a quiet couple. Liam Neeson and son, or I guess stories, not couples, stories. I think Liam Neeson's son is the best one.
Okay.
Then sure. I think Prime Minister, Hugh Grant.
Yep.
Then Colin Firth, Marriage.
I'd have that lower.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it's very romantic. I feel like that's an underrated part of the movie.
I don't disagree.
Okay.
There's one that I don't like.
Oh, I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you.
Oh, are we about to do this? Should we say at the same time?
Kira.
No, that's not the one I don't like.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the Laura Linney, the sister, who's worried about her brother, and then
Alan Rickman's. story?
Yes. No. Laura Linney, who's like works, and she likes her coworker,
That was
and then they finally like get together, but then her brother calls.
That was the one I didn't include because I was like, "There's not much here, and it's not even that good."
That one makes
that
me
one's
sad.
rough, but
Yeah,
I
that
feel
one
like that's
was.
just like I feel like it's such a like an honest Christmas movie. It's not just like, man, Christmas is like happy for everyone. It's like, man, you know,
Fair.
like Christmas is hard. You know,
I
like
do, yeah. I'm with you.
and I think you could dig into that a whole lot more, but I don't know. I feel like that's what makes the movie so great. That it's not just like, gee, golly shucks, man, we're all holding hands. Merry Christmas, y'all. You know.
For sure,
Yeah.
it's just like so sad. Like
I know.
It just like almost grinds it to a halt of like, oh my god. I do love the what's his name? Who's the Hobbit? His is very funny.
Yes.
Theirs is very wholesome in like a very funny way.
They meet on set.
Yeah,
and
I
like
put
you would
that as second to last.
Oh, see, I like that one. That one is just like so wholesome in like in a very strange way. I do think it's very funny that everyone thinks that Natalie is just like this ginormous fat slob.
Oh, Hugh Grant's character at the end.
Yeah.
Like, God, a lot.
Yeah, it's just, and she's just like very normal. Like, and everyone's just like, really, like this tubby freak you're into. It's very 2003 in a great way. I like the guy who also goes to America. That was great. That's a very funny bit.
That was my number 4. The dude that just wants to find women in America.
Yeah, and the whole time you're like, he's gonna strike out.
It's like,
and then
going to
immediately,
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And he brings the girls home for his buddy.
Yeah, great joke.
Man.
All right, so we pretty much have like the same for the most part. Last movie I watched was The Polar Express.
I hate The Polar Express.
Why do you hate it?
It's so creepy.
It's a startling animation. I'll give you that.
It is so. It's
And-
everyone's Tom Hanks, and I don't.
Yeah,
It's just like even the little boy is Tom Hanks.
Bro,
The little boy is
hates
still
Tom Hanks.
I'm over
Polar
Tom
Express cast.
Because you have like the homeless guy, Santa. You
The
have the
ticket taker.
conductor. There's so many more than just those three,
homeless-
right?
His dad, the dad,
Wow.
and the little boy.
He's the little boy too.
He is the little boy. He
Plays
plays
All
the
right.
little boy.
plays. I think the elves maybe.
I think he's one or two of the elves.
Don't tell me he's like, you want to know what goes on this train, or like that kid. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
the
wouldn't
big
be shocked.
glasses.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I give it 3 stars. I was between. It doesn't feel like a 2.5 or lower to me.
The Polar
Um,
Express.
And the overall message is great. It's just the animation is. Maybe I will change it to 2.5. The
I do
animation
like
is
the
startling,
chocolate scene.
and
There's-
some of the scenes kind of take me out of it. Like the homeless guy, it's just kind of creepy.
I agree with you on that. I think the animation is like what gives it like that homey feel. Am I the only one that thinks that? Like that Christmas feel comes from like the weird animation.
I guess it's just like harkens to a very specific time in life where you're like sitting in front of a smart board and like
I
your
know.
teacher like is playing it while you're having hot chocolate the day before break. Like that's such like a very specific feeling this movie gives me. I still just don't like it. the
Wait,
more
sorry.
I
What was
see
it?
it,
I think I watched
What?
it both.
like the feeling when you're like the day before Christmas break
mind.
and like you're sitting in front of the smart board.
I think it's a
Or I guess
nostalgia
they
thing for
they
me.
wheel in the TV. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Before everyone got smart boards.
All right. I guess I will. No. Nah, it's a 3-star.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Don't touch that dial.
Because the music is also really great.
Rock and Robin will come back. Are you back, Charles? Are you back with us?
I'm. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. We're worried.
Yeah.
It's you to packed week.
Yeah.
And Stranger Things.
Oh, and I watched-
This guy's an animal.
And
Oh, yeah.
Stranger Things and the new Smiling Friends.
Great smiling friends.
Hit a little close to home, but yeah.
The final joke of like the Papa Smurf guy with Charlie of just like, dude, I saw that with your camera was so funny. And then like everyone on Twitter the whole week being like, dude, I can't believe Charlie would do that. And then the people like deep faking like him with a phone in it is just very funny. I'm pumped for this week's episode. This week's episode is the Glep episode. All the Glep heads out there, get ready. Jack is just hearing gibberish that we're saying right now.
It's like the SpongeBob meme, you know, Squidward's just like looking out, and it's like
we're playing out with jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very dumb show.
All right, we ready to get into our very short news and one trailer? Sure. All right. Our only piece of news for today is that the president, Donald Trump, has requested that Paramount makes Rush Hour 4, and so Paramount is making Rush Hour 4. And you know what? You gotta respect this. This is I would be doing this if I was the president. I would be like, I'd be telling people to greenlight stuff that I want to see. Like, I would be doing this all day long. All day long, I'd be doing
Bad Boys 5. They're grandfathers.
I guess that like makes me ask the question, like, if you could greenlight any movie, like what? I know that's an impossible question to even answer, but like,
I'd like you to bring back the Muppets. I need a lot more Kermit. That's what I'd be doing all day long. It'd be what else would I bring back?
Would you do like a Spider-Man Muppets collab?
Every legacy sequel would have to come across my desk, and I have to sign it, or else you can't make the movie. Like, they're like, we're gonna do a legacy sequel of Tron again. Nope, rip that bill up. That bill is not getting passed. What would you make?
Real Steel 2.
Ooh.
I'd personally call Sean Levy to the White House to congratulate him on a wonderful picture. I would actually force them to make Nice Guys too. That'd be my number one. I'd be like, get Gosling, get Crow. We're doing 4 of these Nice Guys movies. And then somehow Benoit Blanc is going to meet the Nice Guys. And that's where the grand finale of them all is. That's the only legislation I passed my entire career. That's it. Oh, awesome.
Don't hate me for this. I've not seen any of the Rush Hour movies.
These are really good. I'm actually with him on this one. These are very good movies.
Okay, I've heard nothing but great things.
They're like, very funny, and they all hit pretty well.
Okay, they're pretty short too, right? Like
I think they're only like 90 minutes each.
Okay, this would be maybe a good one for like the family during Christmas time. You know, like is this a?
I don't know how well they've
one?
aged, like culturally and with their specific humor, but I'm pretty sure well.
Okay, I mean, that's okay. Me and my family, we need.
Oh, dude, the trilogy right now on Amazon is only $13. Dude.
But the 4th one's coming out. You're gonna have to buy that separately.
Yeah, but you want to get the steelbook when the 4th one comes out. It's personally signed by the president himself. Like you're gonna.
That's true.
That's actually what I would do if I was the president. I'd bring back at least 60-day theatrical windows, sign that into law, and then everything gets a steelbook that I specifically like. If I don't like it, there will not be a steelbook tied to it. So you better make something good. That'd be. And then Netflix has to do physical releases. That's my next law. Okay, I've got 5 laws now after thinking about it. We're getting there.
Bro just signed 5 bills.
I'm past. The government's open. We're back.
You might set a new record.
Yeah. I'm executive ordering more than anyone's ever executive ordered in their life. Charles, anything else you'd want to make if you were the president?
Probably Pink Panther 3 with Steve Martin and Math Museum 5 and yeah. Oh, The Internship 2.
Heck yeah. That'd rock.
Yeah.
And then just be like, and the Colts have to win a Super Bowl.
That too. Yeah.
Or just the refs can't cheat. That's what it should be. The refs, if I can review it at home better than the refs can, it's whatever I say at home.
I'm allowed to call it and amend and challenge any play, and I get
unlimited challenges. If you get a call wrong, jail for 30 days. They will always be right. All plays reviewable. But yeah, so Rush Hour 4 is our only piece of news.
That's crazy.
But it's a good piece of news. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then we have one trailer. which is How to Make a Killing with our sweet, sweet prince, Glenn Powell, in a role that I think is much more Glenn Powell than The Running Man. Disowned by his birth family, his obscenely wealthy family, blue collar Beckett. Oh, that's a horrible rich name. Beckett Redfellow. This proves he's part of the family right off the jump. Will stop at nothing to reclaim his inheritance, no matter how many relatives stand in his way. Glenn Powell, Margaret Qualley, Ed Harris, Topher Grace is also in this, as well as Jessica Henwick and Zach Woods is in this trailer for a moment. This looks pretty good. I think this is going to be decent.
Great. Looks
crisp.
Yeah, it does look crisp. But Jack wasn't a fan.
Oh, I wasn't. I'm not immediately in on it. Like, obviously, Glenn Powell. Like, I'm all eyes, all ears. But I think I'd like to see a little bit more.
Fair enough. That's very fair.
It's so hard though, striking the in between of like, don't show me the entire movie, but get me interested. You know?
Yeah. And I think this is a great follow up to The Running Man, though. Because it's a smaller budget.
He just loves playing dress up, you know? Like there's just this dude is just itching. He's like, put me in the most absurd costume. Do it now. You know?
Yeah. If I don't wear a disguise in my movie, I'm not doing it.
Mission Impossible, man. It's on its way. It's on its way.
Another decree as a president. You cannot reboot Mission Impossible. That's my next decree as president.
What? You don't want it?
No, I don't want the reboot. And also, I get to whoever they pick as the next James Bond has to come across my desk as well. I have to approve that as well. I'm just approving everything now. Everything's coming. I've become a dictator so quickly. I couldn't be the president. It would be over. I do love like this kind of, I don't know, just there's a bit of fanciness in this that I don't feel like we have in movies very often. Also, Margaret Qualley's wig is horrible in this trailer. It's just it's just such an obvious wig. But I do like Margaret Qualley quite a bit. So
the poster for this was ridiculous. It looked like it's like the Polo logo, but instead it's like instead of like the flag or not the flag or the
he's like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. It looked pretty sweet. I liked it. That got me interested.
Yeah.
So.
And Charles is A24, so you got to be in. Big A24 guy, Charles.
I'm coming around. My intro, my pilot to A24 was Civil War, and after that, I said I'm never watching an A24 film again. But since then, I've really turned the corner. I really enjoy them now.
When you get to that next level, like the level up, and you become a neon guy, then you'll be a real ball and knower. When you get to neon, we'll have to do a little reset.
We'll have to sit down.
Yeah.
You have to give me a new promotion.
Yeah. That's when you've evolved to the next evolution of Charles.
I will say though, fellas, when we first started this podcast, I would tell people I have a movie podcast and they'd rip like 10 movies that I've just never even heard of. And they'd be like, you don't really seem like a movie guy. But since then, I've been doing a lot better.
Heck yeah.
I'm nearing the 500 mark on Letterboxd.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Did you make a choice on what 500 is going to be?
Not yet.
That's a big decision. It stays there forever.
Well,
it just sits there.
Shall we go through my watch list really quick?
See what you got in the tank before we get into Stranger Things.
We got Almost Famous.
Okay. A good one.
Jerry Maguire. The Best Years of Our Lives. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's an older one. The Graduate. Old Boy. Cinema Paradiso.
Cinema Paradiso is great. Got to watch the extended one if you do watch it.
Should I make that 500?
Well, I don't know. That's just my opinion, but also there's probably more on your list. What else you
got? Prisoners, The Last Samurai.
Ooh, I love The Last Samurai.
Well, that's because you told me to watch that this week.
I did. It's so good.
White Men Can't Jump.
That's also a good one. Wait, are you talking about the 2024 one?
Woody Harrelson.
Jack
Okay,
Harlow.
The Jack Harlow one?
Yeah, that's kind of all I've got. Well, I've got more, but none that I think are really. I'll keep thinking. No surprise ever.
Do you ever go on your Letterboxd stats and see what your years look like?
Yeah, often.
Like this year, my 200th film was the Springsteen movie, and that's just I gotta stare at that the rest of the year, and that's just tough.
I think I told you guys my aesthetic was like so nice for last year. Like I was killing it, and then it just got completely derailed. Like I had Once Upon a Time in the West, like super awesome Western, like then I had Furiosa, and then 150 with Harold and the Purple Crayon. It's like, all right, well, I'm just done at that point. Like, what am I possibly going to add to this list that doesn't make someone immediately have that eyesore of Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Yeah, I went Novocaine, Better Man, Spider-Man Far From Home, and then Springsteen. Just a treasure trove of films.
Yeah, maybe next year my lineup will be nice. This year, I think one of mine is Honey Don't. So
ooh. I like to look at the rated higher than average and the rated lower than average movies to see kind of where I fall for certain things with people.
Yeah.
And my number one thing is About Time. I rate lower than average, which is tough. Maybe I got to give it another shot. I think that that's what the problem is. The last time I saw it, I think was a long time ago. Yeah, it's been over 3 years.
I don't think you're going to hate it nearly as much. Like, look, do I expect you to like it as much as I like it? No. But, like, I don't think it's as bad as maybe you've rated it. So that's also, like, art is very subjective. So
yeah.
My rated higher than average, my top two, both Zack Snyder DC movies. Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel.
Oh God!
And then Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
My rated higher than average is just like a lot of Sean Levy.
No way.
I actually have a Sean Levy adjacent. I have a Ryan Reynolds movie up here. I've Spirited, which I think I was definitely wrong about. Now that I rewatched it later in life.
I have Pink Panther and Cheaper by the Dozen 2, both on my list.
Sean Levy, big Stranger Things guy.
Really? He knows ball. He gets it.
Well, he's a executive producer of Stranger Things, and then like he arguably directed some of the best episodes of Stranger Things in general.
I'm telling you guys, Sean Levy, he's the truth.
Charles is Sean Levy truther.
Have you seen his filmography?
Dude, I don't. It's good.
They're delightful movies. I mean,
they're great.
Night at the Museum. Come on.
He makes good popcorn flick.
Big Fat Liar, Real Steel. Oh, Night at the Museums, The Internship, Pink Panthers. There is a Real Steel too. What?
They're talking about it.
Oh my God.
Sean Levy did direct maybe the best episode of Stranger Things, which was Dear Billy from last season, and then he directs 2 episodes this season, which is episode 5 and episode 6 and episode 7. So we haven't got there quite yet. He directs 2 episodes every single season, and so we haven't got to his episodes for this year yet. But awesome. He is a. Also, did you know Frank Darabont came out of retirement to direct 3 episodes of this new season of Stranger Things? Maybe saying to yourself, Frank Darabont. Why do I feel like I know that name? He directed The Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile.
That's pretty crazy.
That's a pretty good list there of 2 things. Kind of only 2 things you'd ever need to do, to tell you the truth. So yeah. Are we ready for Stranger Things?
I think we're ready.
All right. Stranger Things 5, the volume 1, the first. Oh, Jack's going in the upside down. Oh, he's going upside down. First 4 episodes of Stranger Things 5. Chapter 1, The Crawl. Chapter 2, The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. Chapter 3, The Turnbow Trap. And Chapter 4, The Sorcerer. And The Sorcerer is currently the highest rated episode ever of this show, which chat. Not a crazy take, but I do think there's
Not crazy at all.
better.
Oh, Jack
I
thinks it's crazy.
I still think Dear Billy is a better episode, but we can maybe argue that later. I was thinking about how we should review this. I think we should just want to go episode by episode. Is that easier, or talk about it as a whole?
Let's run it.
All right. I think full spoilers. We gotta loosen the chains of spoilers. All right. If you're gonna watch Stranger Things, watch it before you listen to people talk about it. What are we chat? What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Well, okay, let's just start off.
Do we like
non-spoiler? Do we like it? I love it.
I think it's so back. I feel like they have not missed a beat.
Yeah. I was hand up 30 minutes in. I didn't know if we were back, but after catching, I think we're back.
It's almost funny because they do the same, or maybe it's like I watched the old ones 3 years ago and I can't remember exactly, the dialogue, but I feel like there are certain sequences that are a little bit rougher than others, but it doesn't matter because I still feel the exact same way about the story as a whole. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to eat it up. Like, just give it to me. Like, they'll be like, guys, who's going to save us? And I'll do it. It's like, yeah. Like every time I'm just like goosebumps.
Or it's like, all I know is we can't let Vecna get them.
I'm like, you're right. You can't. You cannot. Yeah. Or it's like it's like, guys, this is literally just like it was in Glorbo Schmorbo episode 25. Like, we just have to do that. And everyone's like, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, you are right. You're so right. Oh no, I recently rewatched this. Obviously, kind of talked about it a couple months ago, but like I was doing like a rewatch over the last couple months, and like it truthfully does not feel like it's missed a beat. Like it is the exact same. It does the same cringy bits, but honestly, I think that's kind of part of like the package. Like it is what it is. It is funny. Yeah, exactly. It is funny that this show has outlasted like the 80s kind of like revival that we had for a while, like that big nostalgia period we had. But for some reason, this just gets you right back in it. I was just like, I didn't know if I'd be really fully back in this, but this just hugs you. It's like, welcome back, guys. We missed you. And I'm like, I missed you too. This is great. I was so pumped for this season, man. All right, so we all liked it. Good.
Yep.
Okay, full spoilers ahead. All right, chapter 1, The Crawl. It's been 500 days, we learned, since the end of season 4's ending. The military has put a metal band-aid over Hawkins, and Hawkins is quarantined from the rest of the world. Did you guys like that choice to kind of jump so far ahead so quickly?
I didn't mind it.
Especially for the aging, I think it's like let's at least give a little bit more time for them to get older. I mean, because they are, elephant in the room. They're old.
They're old.
Yeah, they did get older. It's been 3 years. Yeah, I at first was a little like, really? Just because I think the ending of season 4 is so great with like the Upside Downs coming to the real world. And then to basically be like, yeah, we just put a big old metal band-aid on it. I was like, But I do think it works well of them just being trapped in Hawkins. And also, I think that was my biggest complaint in season 4. It's like I was tired of them being like, in California, we're in Russia. It's like, I'd like everyone in the same place together doing an adventure. And so now I'm glad that they're back. All right, so then the next thing really we learn the older teens, now all in their late 20s, early 30s, are running the radio station, and this was when I knew they were back. Like just that vibe
when Steve's like flipping the
Steve's hitting the stuff, and then she's just rocking Robin doing her stuff. It's like somehow it's like pure nostalgia, like just injected in your veins. I don't know how Stranger Things makes people like feel that way, but it's one of the few things that like does, and it's fascinating. I wish you could like bottle whatever that is.
Like, it's absolutely insane that we didn't live anywhere close to what was going on during this time. But we're just like, that feels so warm and cozy. Like, I love it. Like,
feels right.
I know. Like, no one's wearing Nike Elite socks in this movie, but it just feels so right. Like, it just feels super nostalgic, and I love it.
Yeah, and I also think too, like, it's it's almost become nostalgic for itself because it's been 10 years. Like I think the perfect example of it is when Holly yells up for everybody and like they play the Stranger Things like song, and then it's them kind of running around the house and the whole breakfast scene. Like it's almost that you're thinking back to like when you were 14, like watching this for the first time, and you almost become nostalgic for it, which is so interesting. Because I did love that. I'm trying to think what else happens kind of next in this episode. Like everyone kind of gets back to where they were. Everyone's kind of friends, and then we see 11 doing her training montage, which was a little cringy, but good. And then they got to do the crawl.
Shave off 3 seconds.
I simply got to run a little faster.
Yeah, I mean, she's not a good actress, or at least if she is, the script isn't helping her. But I think she's like this is kind of jumping ahead to the other episodes, but like right away in the first episode, I was like, ooh, you're not a kid anymore. You can't really get away with like bad delivery, you know?
Are you talking about Millie Bobby Brown of the Electric State and Damsel?
That's the one. The Netflix star.
Wait. Millie Bobby Brown from Enola Holmes 2? That Millie Bobby Brown?
That's the one. Oh. Yeah, I think she's the weakest part. But we can continue.
I feel it's a bit strange that she still has... Oh, this guy. I feel like it's a little strange that she still has some of her like 11 mannerisms, because she's been around them for so long that you think by now she would have like
a personality.
Yeah, or like she has moments of it.
She had one in season 3 when they were like
when she was with Max a lot more. Like she did have one, and I feel like she's almost regressed back to like a season 2 level of like, you're just like Papa. Like she's doing like that kind of again, which is funny. But I do think that she doesn't take me out of it as much as I think maybe you, Charles.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes sense to me why she's still a little like awkward. Like, yeah, I'm not sitting here thinking, man, she is 1,000% the strongest, link out of everyone in this show. But I think back and it's like, especially recently, like she's just isolated from like everyone else and doesn't get to like see them as much, if like at all, And then even when she did get to like hang out with people, she was constantly like bullied or kind of like, well, I mean, obviously last season you have like the big like scene where she's like, like, but I just think there is some awkwardness that is still undeveloped there, which for me, I think that's why I can kind of let it pass.
That's fair. I thought about
jumping out.
But I also feel like there's like a way to act that too. And it seems like her method of acting is to make this face all the time. And then just recite words that she memorized.
Okay.
Like it's not acting awkward. It's more just like looking pissed and then having like a robotic delivery. Just be,
I see where you're coming from.
I see what you're saying. I just guess she doesn't take it out. Like that to me is just like who this character is. And maybe Millie Bobby Brown is so like entrenched in what 11 is that like I don't see a difference.
Maybe she doesn't either.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, you've been doing the same thing for 10 years since you were like 10. It's got to be like so just ingrained in what you do.
You're 11. It's a strange thing, man.
Oh God. Oh jeez. Well, then I guess the other two big kind of things in this episode. Oh, there's 3. The 2 big things. Number 1, Holly has a friend, Mr. What's-It. We learn about that. And then it is so funny that she's like, Mike, I'm seeing this guy like and he's Mr. What's-It. It's a little weird. So many monsters are coming, and Mike's just like, what the heck? There's no monsters. What, dude? What the? It's like dude, you think he'd be like, maybe, I don't know. Like you think he'd be like, hey guys, she's seeing some weird stuff. There's a chance. It's just it's so flag. Yeah, it's so funny. He's just like, there's no way.
Holly the heroic. Here's a little figurine.
I will say I do like that moment though. I think that's a good moment. I think it's like a good older brother.
Yeah, like telling him there's no monster in the closet kind of thing.
And I think for like his character, like he has been quite annoying for a long time, personally. So I think like I like that scene, but I agree it was very funny where he's like, yeah, those don't exist. What are you talking about?
And then the monster comes, and Holly's just like, Mom, Dad, get him.
Yeah.
Shredded.
Yeah. Before we get to that one though, the other I guess big thing is the opening, which we kind of skipped, was like the Will back in the Upside Down, back in season 1, the CGI
Oh
Will.
yeah. I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it either. I think there were moments it clearly was very CGI, and I was like, but it didn't take me out, which I think was good.
There was a CGI in a later episode that I think was 400 times worse.
Oh, I'm actually very interested to see what you're about to say.
I can't. Not 11 times worse.
They might be.
I can't think of it on top of my head, so we'll
They might be related to Will. I don't know.
Oh, okay. We'll get there. We get there. But it is clear that Vecna obviously was pulling the strings from day one, which I think is a good little retcon in the grand scheme of it. I see some people theorizing that they think that his backpack being lost is going to do something in the grand scheme. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for that. And the last thing, obviously, is Holly basically gets abducted in this, and then the Wheelers have to fight him off. Shout out Karen, everyone's favorite wine mom, and shout out the dad. What's his name? I gotta find his name.
He got sent into oblivion.
Dude, no, he was ready. He was locked in.
He was hitting golf balls.
Is it Ted?
Yeah, it is. It's Ted. It's Ted.
Ted. Bro just wanted to hit his golf balls in peace.
The internet has a nickname for him.
Killer.
I'm trying to find it.
Okay, I texted you guys about this. Holly's acting too, where she's.
I think she's good.
Yeah, I like her.
I think she needs to 90% of the time, this is the face she's making. Like she has her mouth slightly open.
Oh, see, I think she's pretty good.
You guys might notice it now. I think she's very good, but that's the only thing that's frustrating me. Also, first episode, I was really worried because Dustin's super serious.
I know.
And I was like, if he doesn't have chop it up with Steve this season, and if he's not the humor guy, I'm gonna be really bummed. But I think by episode 3, he had come around.
Yeah, I did see there was an interview with Gaten Matarazzo who plays him, and I thought it was very interesting that Steve was kind of the first person who gave him confidence and made him want to become a more confident individual. But then obviously Eddie was the first person who told him he didn't have to change to do that. And that's why it's hitting him so hard, because he basically saw himself as Eddie. He never was going to be Steve Harrington, but he could have been Eddie Munson. And I thought that was a pretty interesting thing. And I think too, he's kind of the max of this season compared to last season, where you lose someone, and then the following season's kind of about that grief changing you and manifesting within you. And so obviously she lost her brother, and now he lost Eddie, and it's that kind of change. So I do like that. I do think they'll reconcile in chapter 2 of this season. To be back to their old buddies again.
Hey, loser, what are you doing around these parts?
Dude, step off my friend, pal.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about when they do that, but I'm just yeah.
Somehow it's cringing it's like a comforting cringe instead of being embarrassing to watch.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna move on to episode 2. So episode 2, The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. This kind of goes off the cliffhanger where we see Karen and Ted get taken to the hospital, and then obviously Nancy finds her parents with 11 before Mike pulls up on his bike, and then Elle kind of runs into the Upside Down. Oh, we did kind of skip the crawl in and of itself. I thought the way that they were doing the secret codes was so awesome. It's such Stranger Things. Oh man, I just love that.
It's so exaggerated.
Yeah, but it's so great.
Yeah,
it's so that great. They're sitting at lunch and the radio's going off. Grab it.
You would think that they were the biggest freaks if you went to school with them and didn't.
100%.
You'd be like, these guys are so strange.
Thing.
Yeah, you'd be like, these guys are so weird. But no, it is very funny in that aspect. Also, I think Natalia Dyer, I think is how you say it, as Nancy, great performance in this episode. Like her crying while washing the blood off her hands, I think is really, really well done in this episode. I think she's been sneaky one of the best things about this show, just in general.
She's had some upside for sure. Down.
But she's had some down.
We've kind of skipped over Hopper's whole arc right now. But he's obviously in the Upside Down right now as well because he was in the crawl. And then him and Elle get back together and they kind of go on their own little B-plot adventure trying to get into the thing where what's her name is from Terminator. Linda Hamilton is from Terminator. But then back in the main, we see Max in the hospital bed. Lucas visits her. And then I'm trying to think what else happens in kind of episode 2. There's not a whole lot else. We kind of get like the budding friendship of like what? My Hawks. I'm forgetting her name.
And Will?
Yeah, Will and why am I forgetting Robin. Will and Robin. Yeah.
Rock and Robin.
Yeah, they're like becoming like budding friends in this episode, which is actually like a very good dynamic of those two. I really like that dynamic of those two. Anything else in episode 2? This was kind of like
that was the short one, right?
Yeah, this was more of like the setup one.
They have the like the reveal at the end. They're like, "Who's Mr. Watson?"
Oh yeah, which we all knew.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, the Mr. What's It tease, like who's it gonna be? I feel like everyone picked up pretty quickly that it was. I mean, I did pause between episode 1 and 2, and I was like on Twitter, and I saw people were like, "Is it like a grown Will like coming back in time?" And I'm like, "No shot, no shot." I'm like, what are you talking about? And so yeah, it was pretty clear it was Vecna himself, which I think is a good little tease for the people.
Henry,
I like that. Yeah, Henry.
He's great. I love him. I think he's been great as Vecna and as Henry.
Oh, I think so too.
He's haunting. Like I feel
but
like
number 1 for sure.
Him last season was so good.
Oh, you couldn't help yourself with that one. You couldn't help yourself with that was a good one.
I'm chomping at the bit trying to come up with these ways to. Anyways,
I do think that I'm trying to think. I think him at last season is like one in the hospital is like a great scene where it's him versus like the CGI Millie Bobby Brown is. I think that's a great scene. All right, you want to move on to episode 3?
Sure.
All right, episode 3, the Turnbow Trap. Will gains unique insight into Vecna's new move, giving the crew an opportunity to set up a trap. Holly explores her new surroundings. So this is kind of the first one back with Holly, where she's in the upside down. She's in like a memory, I guess, is the way it's kind of explained by Max. Is that it's almost like a memory of what Vecna sees, but is it a memory or is it the upside down?
Is that episode 3 or 4?
She's in the upside down, but she has like the almost like tube attached to her, which I'm assuming allows Vecna to like put her in that memory.
Yes.
I was thinking about the Matrix the whole time.
It did feel very Matrixy. I'm kind of with you, Jack. I think that she's clearly behind the wall. I think when they knocked the wall down, Holly.
No, they're not.
I think they are behind the wall.
No, because the wall is all around Hawkins.
I know, and I think when you get behind, I think they're behind the wall.
I don't think they are. Are they?
I feel like they're behind the wall.
But what I don't get is why would it be a ring around Hawkins and then like everything's going, and also the graphic that Will drew is like a dome with little spires.
Yeah, I saw something saying it's like the black hole, not black hole, but
it looks like the mind flare.
No, what was it in the class there in that classroom? They were talking about.
Oh, it looks like the
wormhole,
black hole, or is it?
Yeah, the
wormhole. Yes.
Oh yeah, because Erica shows back up in this episode. This is her first time back in this.
She's great. She's great, man.
Dude, she's so good.
Her at the dinner scene in this episode where she's like, "Eat your pie." She's like, "I'm not hungry,"
and just
should have had the pie.
Yeah.
So much.
Charles,
sass.
you're right. My bad. Max is not really in this. Max is the tease at the end of this episode. This part is where it's just Holly kind of dancing around the house and enjoying like the house and making.
She's getting dressed up as Little Red Riding Hood.
I think we're alone now. That song. Yeah. That's what's happening in this one.
It's a good vibe.
It is a good vibe.
He's like, "Don't go in the forest." 5 minutes later, should I go in the forest?
I got this weird letter, and it's kind of saying I should go in the forest.
Sitting here, I'm thinking, Henry needs me in the forest.
Yeah, he said, "Don't go in the forest," and he left me a letter about going in the forest. I think I'm gonna walk in the forest. So it's very funny. And they do make like a Home Alone-esque trap, which is great. These poor people at their house, when they wake up, they're gonna be like, "What is Home Alone?" But it does work. I mean, they're pretty talented at hunting down these Demogorgons at this point.
These things are tanks.
Oh yeah, dude, they're so powerful. I mean, in season 1, there was only one for the whole season, and now there's like 30 just running around.
And they're huge.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to look and defeat them. The power of friendship. And then I'm trying to think. So yeah, we got the tease of Max at the end of this episode. They do figure out that the plan is to go after the kids. So they do figure that out as well. And we do get our first look and our first introduction of what's his name? Let me find out.
Derek.
Oh, Derek. Oh, dude.
Suckle fat one.
Delightful Derek is great. Derek, everyone thought would be a hated character, is turning out to be kind of an awesome character.
He's the man.
He is the man. All right, let's get into episode 4. So it's the final episode of this little chunk, Sorcerer. The military tightens grip on the town. Mike, Lucas, and Robin orchestrate a daring escape. Elle comes face to face with the enemy. So the beginning of this episode is the military kind of rounding up all the kids in Derek's class. We also got the Dustin, Robin, Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve drive into the Upside Down, and now they're in the Upside Down. And then they figure out about the wall. And so we figure out it's a circle around Hawkins, around the lab where it all started. Because, of course, George Lucas would love this show. It's poetry, it rhymes. And then we get some more with Linda Hamilton as the doctor, who it is funny every season we just get like a new military person who's just like the bad guy who ends up, kind of being like a good guy in the end. It's just like a very funny. We get that all the time. And then they do a daring plan to break out these kids. Thanks to Derek. Delightful Derek saves the day in what is a great scene of him just like slapping their foreheads. Just like, you're up next. And then them breaking into the bathroom from underneath is great. The tunnels is a great addition that I kind of forgot about after season 2. Because the tunnels are big in season 2 and they kind of go away. And it's like a good little bring back that those are, I forgot they're kind of all around Hawkins. And then I'm trying to save the last 10 minutes, but we get the whole Max thing, like what's been happening with Max, where she's traveling through memories, and trying to like figure out a way back home.
It's giving the Thunderbolts.
You think Sean Levy got an early script of Thunderbolts and it's like, Duffer Brothers, why don't I slide this across my desk to you? I did like the big, I guess, tease is there's something going on with that cave. Like something about that cave. Vecna hates that cave because he will not go in that cave to go after her. So I'm sure we'll get some answers to the cave. One of the Sean Levy episodes in the next bunch is all about Max and that cave and Vecna. I think it's episode 6. So Charles, get your popcorn ready.
It's already ready.
Yeah. We should get you a Sean Levy t-shirt. Just like Levy.
Directed by Sean Levy.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be pretty sweet.
Live, laugh, Levy. His Twitter is so funny. It's just like all the things he's done, and it's like it's a very funny bio on Twitter. All right, and then should we get to the big finale?
Well, we also
the conversation
she discovered.
About Robin,
that character that we never thought we'd see again from season 2.
Thing. Yeah, the what people have deemed to be the worst Stranger Things episode has somehow become relevant again. So
yes, the most irrelevant episode of Stranger Things is back. Which is what she's 8, number 8, isn't that her number? Yeah, so she's back. That was the big what Hopper and her were after. They didn't know that. They thought they were after Vecna, but it's actually her. So we'll get her in the next chunk of episodes. And then, the other big thing too is the Robin and Will conversation where she kind of tells the story of her first love, and it was really just her learning to find herself, and she didn't like need that individual to give her value, and it was more of just like she put that on someone else so that it was like an excuse of why it's not you. And I thought that was really well done. I thought the whole scene was great.
Yeah, me too.
I also think it's, I don't know if funny is the right word, but I think it's like very interesting that people online are not taking it as like the very obvious that like Will is not going to end up with Mike. Like that's the most obvious thing ever in that scene is that like they're not going to get together. And now these people online, like there's the, I think it's they're the Will Evans. Hang on, I got to find the specific ship name.
Well, Mike's dating 11.
Exactly. Everyone, there's like the ship people is like the Will. Let me finally find it. It's there's a ship name, and they're like, this is so true for the ship name.
It's like Byler or something?
Yes, it is Byler.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, this is so Byler coded, and it's just like, guys, the whole scene was him figuring out he doesn't need Will's love to be a person. Like, which is, or he doesn't need Mike's love, which is so funny. And everyone's
I think
like,
that
this is so coded. It's like, what?
I think it's a good moving forward point, because I think like last season there's so much of his character's very much like emotionally dependent on how Mike is treating him.
Yes.
So I mean, obviously, I think both of these characters have matured significantly since last season. But I think, especially after what we saw last season, I think that conversation was just so important because it finally allows him to be his own person. It allows him to do what he does at the end of this episode. So I thought that was very fitting. And I thought it was like when they started playing like almost like the flashback of like the home, like the homemade videos right before he kind of like popped off and eyes went to the back of his head.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it as well. I think that whole scene is really just, I mean, the whole like one take of Mike walking the kids through the battle is just really well done. Also, the Demogorgons are just so powerful. I mean, just so powerful. And then like the one like alley oops the other one, like the guy, and then the other one catches him. Just great scene.
Derek, no disrespect. And then he just like violated the soldiers. Like, you guys don't stand a chance.
Dude, delightful Derek.
No disrespect though.
Good for delightful Derek. And then we got the big reveal that Will, in a sense, has powers. He doesn't really have powers. He channels Vecna's powers, which I do think is a great way to do it. So it's still like 11 is only with powers, but like Will can obviously do these things.
And Vecna just like owned him.
Oh yeah, dude.
So mean.
Vecna came out looking snatched, looking sick. He had his shoulder pads on, looking awesome.
And then he told Will it was easy.
Yeah, he's like, dude, this was a cakewalk. You guys are chump change, and then just walked back in.
But I mean, we're destined for an 11 and Will showdown, right?
Yes.
Like,
no, team up.
No,
our friendship.
I mean, like, couldn't Vecna like control him and use his powers through Will?
I don't know.
So like I don't know, because I just feel like there's the whole like hive mind deal where like you burn the Demogorgon, so then you're burning Will. You have that whole thing that's going on, like, or at least like right before he like, you know, channeled Vecna's powers and kind of like went off on all the Demogorgons.
Yeah,
where they all get lit on fire and he's like burning.
I think he resists it now because he killed those 3 Demogorgons, but didn't seem like affected.
No, I think he's got it now, at least to a good extent.
Okay, because I saw this as like, oh, this is like a big moment for him because he's kind of breaking through, channeling that energy. But I'm like, okay, does that mean it's going to be like this for the rest of the season? You know, like, is he going to be like this OP for
I mean, I think he'll probably be like season 2, 11 level, where he like kind of can do it in like big emotional moments, but he's not just like casually like doing stuff. And I also think I think he controls. Like, I don't know if he can like 11 could like make a pot move. I don't think he could do that. I think he can only really control upside down assets and beings.
Okay, because I'm also like, why would Vecna just leave him if he knew how powerful he was?
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he basically told Will like you know why I went after kids, because they're easy and they're like they're not strong, and like you were the least of them all.
I know. I just need a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but maybe Vecna wanted it to happen, right? Like maybe
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe Vecna's like, listen, if you can't save your friends in this moment of like the most emotion you could possibly feel, then you're never going to unlock the abilities that like I thought you could.
I don't know.
Because clearly he's using Will in some form or fashion.
That's what I'm saying. I think at some point he's going to use him.
And I mean, I guess you could make the argument that obviously like Vecna and Henry in 1, like he couldn't come back to the mortal world and like live a normal life, or at least just like take over looking like Vecna. Like he'd have to have a host, and maybe Will is that host for him.
So maybe we do get a Will in 11 battle.
Maybe. There are some theories that we could jump into if we want to jump into theories.
Also, sorry, before we hop into theories,
yeah,
we got the whole Jonathan and Steve.
Oh,
and
yes.
Nancy love triangle. That is just, I mean,
yes.
there's a ring involved. There are
Jonathan's
2
cooked.
men climbing
I was thinking
towers.
that the whole time. Jonathan is so cooked, dude.
It's
over. It's so over.
Especially in I think it was episode 3 when Steve's like, we got to go after him. And then Jonathan's like, now you're not calling the shots here. And Nancy's like, he's right. Like, we got to do something.
She's like, I wear the pants.
And then Jonathan like kind of protected his tail between his legs and got all quiet.
I do think that Jonathan's going to die, and then she's going to find the cassette with the ring in it.
Yeah, that's going to come. I don't know where it's going to come up, but man, when it does, it's going to hit. I don't know. Yeah. I just whether it's that situation or Steve dies and like. What if
I don't think Steve's gonna die.
Okay.
So here's where I don't know if anyone's gonna die, to tell you the truth. The fact that the Wheelers are still alive makes me feel they're not gonna kill anybody off. Like the fact that they wouldn't even let Ted Wheeler die after we saw him get just bullied through a wall and stabbed, like makes me feel that they're not gonna let anybody die.
Like, are the Demogorgons really this powerful? I mean, they couldn't even take out my boy Ted. Like,
well, dude, Ted is powerful.
He had a golf club. Probably some beers in him.
Dude, Ted's him. He sits in that chair all the time just to like warm up his powers.
Yeah.
There would only be one season of the show if Ted was more involved. Ted would have got the upside down figured out day 1 if he was involved.
He's just charging his battery.
Yeah, and like 11 needs Gatorade, he needs a lazy boy.
Do you all see an ending where they're all just like Nancy, Steve, Jonathan are just like, you know what? Maybe we should just all be friends.
No,
Steve's gonna get her.
I do think Steve's gonna end up with her. Either she ends up with Steve or nobody. I don't think she ends up with Jonathan. I just don't know why.
So Jonathan is just, his odds are all the way to the floor right now.
I think if anybody does die, it's gonna be Jonathan. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't.
Jonathan kind of stinks. He's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I think that he's really had a struggle since. I think his arc last season was not great. Did not love the whole I'm a stoner now in California arc.
It gives him an opportunity to rise.
First we must fall before we rise. Batman Begin.
Sorry.
I'm trying to think of anything else before any other like main stuff we missed. No. No, it's really about it. I think it was a great first 4 episodes. Really just pumped. So back in. I'm so back in. I'm such a sucker for that Lego set too. I'm gonna have to buy that so fast.
Yep.
I wish I could buy the old Stranger Things Lego set. I remember the days looking at it in the Lego store and I was like, I don't really need. I think I need that. What an idiot I was. God, I should have bought it. So stupid. All right, do you want to get into some theories?
Let's do it.
All right, awesome. All right, so the first theory is kind of tied to Lucas of there is no such things as coincidences. So in D&D, it's very important to roll a 20. A crit 20 is like the killing blow for those who play D&D out there. So everyone's like, whoa, 11 plus 8 plus 1 is 20, which is 11, obviously. 8 is who she found, and then 1 would be Will, and there's your 20. So like those 3 together can defeat Vecna, which is what also happens in Eddie's game in season 4, where they roll an 11 at first, and then forget what's her name has to come in and roll. Erica has to come in and roll, and she gets a nat 20, and then they win. So that's one theory so far. Do we like that theory? It's more of like a thought, I guess, than like that theory, but still.
Good theory.
I think it's pretty good. And then the other ones that I've like been seeing everywhere is that Will is going to have to sacrifice himself.
Because he's sacrifice himself. Sorry.
When I make your my move. Because he's like connected to the hive mind and like, I guess.
I could see that happening pretty easily.
Yeah. Kind of a Harry Potter situation.
Yeah. That could be. And then the last one I'm seeing too is that Vecna is being controlled by the Mind Flayer, and the Mind Flayer actually is like the true big bad, and Henry is kind of innocent in all this and is just kind of being controlled.
Nah,
I don't like that.
I know. I don't want it to be Vecna. Vecna should be the
It's such a cop out. It's just like, oh crap, it's not us. It's actually this guy. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, like, and I'm sure if they did do that, it'd be a much more dramatic reveal, and I'm sure it would be much more
probably
terrifying.
Be like the power of friendship save the day.
And they sing the song that they sung at the end of season 3.
Turn around.
Yeah.
No, so I guess that's kind of the main ones right now. Unless you guys have any, or do you have any thoughts or like predictions, any guesses?
Not really. I don't usually think about it because I kind of just like to
be part of the ride.
Yeah, be part of the ride. I don't really try to figure out what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it's so easy to get caught up in all of the theories that you're just kind of like hoping for something else. And then when it does finally end, you're like disappointed.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying not to like do theory. Like I used to like get really into like the YouTube videos and like theory watch, and now I'm trying to not do that.
And sometimes too, it's just like, look, I mean, the writers in these for this show clearly leave hints. You know, like I'm sure we could go back and find details and be like, oh, this was like so obvious, or not so obvious, but like on a second watch, it makes more sense. And a lot of these YouTubers, and they're good. I mean, they know, like they've done this
too much,
and they will break it down for you. And they may not be 100% correct, but even if they're 50% correct, like I don't want to know that. Like let's speculate through conversation. Say, hey, what do I think? What do you think? Boom, that's it. I don't need to break it down. I don't need to pause one shot and take a look at it while I eat lunch and figure out, hey, what does this one prop in the show mean for the rest of the season?
Fair. I'm with you on that. I'm excited for the ride. The one thing I don't know if I love is the release schedule for this.
I'm with you.
I think that if you did weekly releases, you still could have. It could have been very interesting because, like, I get them wanting to do New Year's as like the big final episode. So like that makes sense. But if you started to release on Halloween, wouldn't that have timed well? Like, wouldn't that have timed with it perfectly? Or am I doing my math wrong?
No.
I've seen Stranger Things.
Oh God.
And the thing about these episodes is they leave you with cliffhangers where you just want to watch the next one.
Yeah.
And I understand that from like a binging perspective. It's like, oh yay, let's watch the next one. But still, like having that cliffhanger and then immediately having that satisfaction of being able to watch the next episode, it's too much power.
Yeah, like they could have timed it where, I guess maybe not. I don't know. I just think a weekly release would have been great. Like,
I think
and maybe you do take a
probably-
week off in between Christmas and New Year's.
They're probably doing, if I were to guess, the best release schedule to just optimize like subscriptions. Like,
Oh yeah, it's like
a lot of
perfectly
analysis.
set up.
I bet they did a lot of analysis. Like, okay, if we release this way,
They pulled a
how will that
SWAT
look?
out.
If we release this way, how will that look? Because like, hand up, I will cancel Netflix probably after.
Oh,
I did
dude,
for
I've
Apple
been
TV,
saying,
like Severance. I only had Apple TV for Severance, and then I canceled my subscription afterwards. So like,
I don't know, fellas.
I think my Netflix is gone January 2nd.
Netflix has had some banger movies this year. I mean, are we really that fast to dismiss some good movies that have come out?
They have,
I
but
think you're setting us up for something.
I have enough subscriptions as it is.
Yeah, I feel like I got too many subscriptions. I mean, of
Fair
the
enough.
Netflix movies that I watched this year, one is the worst thing I've seen this year, and then the other one of them is the fifth worst thing I've seen this year, the seventh worst thing, the eighth worst thing.
But you've
And
also
then
gotten
the-
Frankenstein, Train
and the-
Dreams.
Yes, but I
You've
saw
also got
Frankenstein
Knives Out.
So I saw Frankenstein in theaters. I saw Knives Out in theaters. Train Dreams I did watch at home. Fair. But also that's one where like if I never saw it, would I have been like angered by it? Maybe not. I don't
Fair
know.
enough.
I outside of Stranger Things, like I feel like I get enough from that like and I did go on the Blu-ray subreddit, boys on the Blu-ray subreddit, and I did ask the lovely folks of the Blu-ray subreddit a question. Do we think that after it's all said and done, will there be a Stranger Things box set? And according to the Reddit folks, there is a quote from the Duffer Brothers that they are working on one. So you're welcome. I deep dove into Reddit for us.
Thank you, Hunter.
I was boots on the ground reporting.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm happy to help. I'm here for you guys at the end of the day. That's what I'm here for. So
We
yeah.
appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. So yeah, I especially if I can get a Stranger Things box set, that's pretty sick. I will not lie. I'd really
But
like
you're
that.
not lying.
I've seen Stranger Things. This guy. So yeah,
Well, I think it's time to turn this upside down.
Oh,
dude, the music is so good though in this show. I do say that.
Yeah,
The music is so good. I have been listening to 80s all week. Also, if you have Apple Music, you can play The Squawk as one of their radio stations, and it just plays 80s music all day.
you can also listen to the Real Serious podcast.
You should do that too. We're not on The Squawk, but we could
But
be.
we're on Apple Music.
We should get a button. We should get a button system like Steve has. Just do sound effects throughout the episode.
Let's get a fourth guy that has like a really small little window in the
Yeah, it's just a tiny window. It's just him pushing buttons to make noises. I do always love that in like shows when they make fun of radio station. It's the Parks and Rec does it the best, where it's what's his name? It's like Johnny and the Douche, and then it's like da douche. It's like that's always very funny when they make fun of radio stations. I do love that. But yeah, Stranger Things, it's so back. God, I'm glad it's back. I'm also glad they're ending it. This could have been something. If they stick the landing, this could be up there with best shows ever, easily. If they stick the landing, which I think they will. I'm confident.
If they stick the landing.
I'm confident. I'm also hopelessly optimistic, but that's another issue. So yeah. Dude, Christmas Day, having to pick between Stranger Things and Marty Supreme. Phew, a cinephile's nightmare.
And spending time with your family.
Yeah.
I think we know what's coming third. Listen, my family's nice, but are they an AMC A-list subscription?
Are they an A24 Oscar darling?
Are they Timothy?
No.
Are they Timmy C? Now, Timothy
Born to
Chalamet has a
cinema.
face that is meant for Stranger Things. I will say that.
That's true. He does.
He's got a Stranger Things face all day long.
Mhm.
The jawlines in this show are just spectacular. Could cut glass. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
That's all we got. All right. Next week, we have some options we can pick from. We have Hamnet, which, based on the two of you, you should be definitely able to see in your major cities. I also found a way to see it. We also have Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Nope.
No one's seen this Five Nights at Freddy yet.
Nope.
I think there's another option too. There's another really good one that I don't know if I'll have time to see, but I'd like to find a way, which is Sentimental Value.
Mhm.
That's the Norwegian one, which apparently is quite good. Apparently, and then the Thockham Hall is finally out, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. That trailer for the comedy came out. So yeah, I think probably the main thing we'll talk about is Hamnet, and then if anyone else gets to see some other stuff, we can touch on those things. I might try to see Five Nights at Freddy's too.
Yeah, Hamlet's probably about all I can pull this week. But
Five Nights at Freddy's.
after all the ham I had for Thanksgiving, Hamnet seems like a lot.
All right, we gotta end this.
This guy, just special. They don't make him like this anymore. All right, sounds good. Till next time. Peace.